A lot of talk today about transparency at CCSD, but not when it comes to what happened between CCSD police and students near Durango High last month.
You may remember an officer took a student to the ground. Others ended up in handcuffs. Fox 5's Joe Vigil tried to get some answers from CCSD Superintendent Dr. Jara today and is live now at district headquarters with the result of that.
Yeah, guys, no luck in trying to get the other side of the story from CCSD today, even though transparency was the big catchphrase of the day.
Being transparent with the community.
Superintendent Jara mentioned transparency at least 3 times when showing the new data system that is now online for you to use. It shows student enrollment, attendance, behavioral issues, including suspensions and expulsions, among other things. But the district, again, was not transparent when talking about a CCSD officer taking a Durango High School student to the ground last month, with others being handcuffed. We have heard one side from 2 students, and we have tried over and over again to get CCSD police's side and the district's about why students were contacted in the first place and why force was used. The district recently denied our public records request for a police narrative about what happened, an incident report, and CCSD police won't release officer body cam footage. One member of the media asked if the superintendent would commit to release information.
What I'll commit to releasing is I'll commit to releasing the data dashboard that we have in front of us, because this is what this is about.
I then asked the superintendent for a response to the ACLU just telling Fox 5 it will go to court if the district doesn't release public records in 30 days.
My response is that we're here to discuss the data dashboard and celebrate the work that's happening in our school district on behalf of our students.
Now, the superintendent would not answer any of my questions after the meeting, but he also has said that he wants a full review of use of force policies from CCSD police. And we should also tell you that Fox 5 does have lawyers on this requesting this information, including the body cam footage. We haven't got it yet. We'll keep trying, and we will keep you updated. Reporting live at CCSD headquarters, Joe Vigil, Fox 5 News, local, Las Vegas.
Okay, Joe, thank you.